Good job.
Hello. Oh, wait, something's different here. Welcome to Kicking Out of Two. The podcast has all of the free advertisement we want, thanks to Michael Cole. With me, as always, is my auditory tag team partner, Tori. And we have a special guest today, Jess, Princess Skywalker herself. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, hello.
You are the first
Thank you,
guest we've
thank
ever
you.
had.
Right?
Oh, thank you for having me.
So, very happy to have you here.
I'm kind of asked to crash your stream, but
Hey, you know what? When guests ask us to be here, that just makes it feel better.
You're welcome with us anytime. Just show up.
Absolutely.
It's fine.
Well, especially now because I've already built the thing. So anytime, like it's
Yeah.
this, I've already done
right,
the
I'm
thing.
in there now.
Yeah. We'll just steal you from John. It's fine. Um, so today we're going to talk about some news. As always, we've got our 2-3 counts, and I'm pretty sure the end of the 3 count is going to cause us to have a bit of a discussion because the end of the 3 count is the biggest news that's happened in wrestling in a long time, and so we'll get to that here shortly. So first of all, Kenny Omega, he returned physically-ish, but he's officially been cleared now, so he's actually full back in action in AEW and New Japan now. Fans speculate about a possible match between him and Tanahashi to team up after the New Japan. They released a reunion show that's going to happen. There's a lot of speculation that he's going to be part of that, which would be awesome. It'd be good to see him and Tanahashi in the ring together, especially if they're on the same side. So what do you think about him playing kind of both shows, though?
Sorry, I was arguing with my child. Tell me again.
Sorry, was our mascot just being a little gremlin again, taking all your attention?
Because Daredevil is there and she can't. She couldn't watch it. I said, "Go watch it." Oh my god.
Real quick, just to invite you to the stream of how we do it here. You just talk whenever you want to talk, Jess.
Yeah, just jump in here.
We don't do the round robin, so just I'm asking what you guys think. You guys talk, and then I'll interrupt if I have to.
So you're talking about New Japan, right?
Yeah, him being in New Japan and AEW, him kind of playing both sides of the card.
I think it's
I.
great for him.
It's good for him. It's good for in
It's
New
good for
Japan. It's good for AEW.
It'd be
More
nice also
eyes.
to get him to get the reps again. That last little
He's
bit.
been. He was out what 18 months.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he beat his body to a bloody pulp. Had to submit at some point.
So,
well, that's good. Rey Fenix is officially a free agent as of a few days ago. So he obviously, the guess is he's going to go to WWE, team with his brother. I think we all kind of suggest that that's where that's going to happen. I kind of like Penta alone, though. So I don't really want them to rush that, to be honest.
I don't feel like Penta alone is right. I feel like Penta's a tag team wrestler. Even though he has had a singles career and he hasn't always been attached to his brother, he has had his own moments in, Lucha Underground and his own moments in the Sunshine. But I prefer him as a tag team wrestler with his brother.
That's perfectly fair enough. And that's probably where
And
the
I don't
bias
like what
comes
they're
for me.
doing with him.
Is I saw him mostly in Lucha Underground, so it was usually him against Phoenix, or him against Chelsea or anybody else who they put him in the ring with. So that's probably where my bias is that's what I'm used to him seeing him is a lone guy. What about you, Tori?
I have to agree with Jess on this one. I'm not a fan of what they're doing with him. You stuck him in a feud with two people that nobody really cares about.
Yeah. German Dunn going to get that work when he comes in.
Yeah, I just Kaiser I don't know, he just doesn't have it for me.
I'm not going to say Kaiser
in
doesn't have it because I think that dude is hella talented and will be a champ at some point, but he is missing something. I just don't know what it is.
There's something missing that's not quite there yet with him. That's not quite clicking with the audience or with me.
Yeah,
personally.
Same.
I personally think the thing that he's missing is the fact that they're playing him heel. I think if he
You think
did the
he's better
exact same
face?
act he's doing now, but did it against heels, I think the audience would eat it up. But him being that cocky character, the heel, he's doing it against the good guys and then getting slaughtered by whoever he's against. Of course,
Mm.
nobody's
I
going to
think
get
that's
behind
part
that.
of the problem too. Is he's just taking a lot of L's.
He's that enhancement talent for some of the mid card guys, and
At the moment, he is.
it's kind of
Yeah.
sad. Jacob Fatu, this is not news to me at all, but Jacob Fatu is getting a lot of praise backstage. So much
As he
so that
should.
they're already like teasing things and putting things on of him possibly facing Roman. We're doing the little teases. They have said backstage that is on purpose for them having those little just, passing in the wind moments because they want to build that up for later, and him having this little fight with Solo. And so they're wanting to build him to do more. I don't think that's news at all, but they reported it, so I'm reporting it. What do you all think?
Yeah, no. I didn't know anything about him. We talked about it when he first came out. I'm like, I don't know anything about this guy. Like, I'd heard the name. I knew who he was family-wise, but I didn't know anything about him. He has blown me away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy how quickly he has gotten both from, to an extent, feel like he's already pulled a Big Show and gone from heel to face just that quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not officially,
He's
but absolutely
so over.
everybody's around him. Yeah.
He's so over, and he's organically over. And I didn't know anything about him until he came to WWE either. So seeing him in the WWE was the first for me. But once they gave him the mic, I was like, holy shit. I was like, this guy is fucking amazing. I was like, he is something special. I was like, they need to strap a rocket to him. Fuck Solo.
Mm-hmm.
At this point,
give it to Jacob.
I feel comfortable saying he will probably main event Mania next year.
I think that's a pretty good call.
I just, the first time he did that promo walking to the ring after Tama Tonga did his little ridiculous thing. But even that thing from Tama felt more important because of what Jacob did walking to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, do I think that thing Tama does is stupid? Yeah, but it made what Jacob said and did seem that much more impactful.
For sure. And, you guys mentioned giving him the mic. Like, I've seen some of the stuff he did in MLW. And the moment they let him just be himself and who he has been for the past 10 some odd years, like that was the moment that's, I think, clicked with everybody else. Because he's authentic. He's just a dude who's going to whoop your ass. And he's going to tell you how he's going to do it in a very entertaining way. Some of the things he's been saying on the mic is exactly what he's been saying on the indies as he was in there.
And I think that's just it. I mean, he's telling you, this is what I'm going to do. And then what they did Friday made perfect sense. So, which we'll get to. But just everything with him, this guy will, like I said, I feel safe putting money on it. He is a main eventer at WrestleMania next year.
I would certainly agree. Little bit of Elimination Chamber news. Obviously, there's some controversy over the anthem. Canada booed America out of the building.
So disrespectful.
It was. I see why they did what they did.
That's the other side of it. Is it has nothing to do with America as a country. Has nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But some of the controversy was obviously Pat McAfee had said some stuff on commentary. I think either the PR or him himself woke up this morning and went, maybe I shouldn't have said that. So
yeah, because he apologized on his show yesterday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe I was a little harsh. It was a non-apology, but
it was a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
It was.
Absolutely.
And I get it. I mean, I'm not saying what he said was too out of line. To a lot of people, it's extremely disrespectful. I'm just not one of those people.
Yep.
My husband was a soldier. That's my
100%.
Yeah.
But to me, this could turn into a whole thing. I understand why they're doing it, and I don't have beef with it.
Yep.
I get it. Oh, I get it.
And this is exactly how America should be right here. Opposing opinions, we get each other's opinion. We don't have to yell and scream
And
at each
guess
other.
what? We're still friends.
We're still good. It's okay.
Wait, what?
Amazing.
No.
No.
Hey.
There was a WWE 2K creator event over this past weekend where we got to
Why
see...
weren't you invited? What the hell?
We're trying. I'd absolutely be at the next one. I'd get canceled the
Oh, I
moment
know
I get
you
there. But
You could what?
I'd be canceled as soon as I get there. But
Probably.
but we found out a lot of cool stuff. Saw some stuff about the island mode and how that's going to work. Some of the expanded features. Saw a lot about GM mode, which we're excited about here because we will start that the Thursday after it comes out. We'll start doing GM mode here.
So Mary is off Friday and Saturday,
Mhm.
and I'm just telling you now that my Saturday day is pretty busy.
We're going to be playing the game.
I just told her that we were going to be working out the bugs and making sure everything worked and getting everything set. She was like, "That's fine."
Okay.
She's only got 2 days off. She's going to sleep a lot anyway. So.
Well, I'm saying any moment she wakes up that she needs you, you just tell
Oh,
me
yeah,
you
I
go do
know.
your thing.
Yeah.
I'll be here 5 minutes later.
Wow, you put an extra 3 minutes on that weren't necessary.
I'm just saying. Found out some stuff about Universe Mode. They're returning promos back to it, which a lot of people are excited about. They're not excited, though, that there are no words in the promos. It's literally just your character with a mic mouthing words, but there's no words. The commentary behind it explains kind of the track of what your character's saying. It seems weird, but at least they put it back in. It's a start. We also got some creation.
I will not be surprised if a patch comes through to change that.
Maybe. Creation Suite, also, they showed a lot in there. A lot of new stuff added this year. So a lot of those wonderful creators like What's the Status or J.A, those guys are going to be really excited to get in there and get at it. So looks like it's going to be a good game. Obviously, some of the new features, there's a lot of diopposed opinions about, like the island. They're saying, well, you shouldn't have to buy stuff in the island, but you do that with the other 2K games. They just now added it to a wrestling game, so deal with it.
I just need them to hurry up because I'm really tired of looking at that pre-ordered thing on my screen every time I turn on my goddamn Xbox.
Right? Last bit of news, we've talked over the last couple of shows about them opening the doors to all sorts of places. The most recent one
Except the one that we want.
Yes. Natalia is going to be, first of all, in an NWA tournament. So she's going to be on their show. They haven't said who her first opponent's going to be in that tournament, so we don't know who that is yet. But she's thanked them for the opportunity, and it's awesome that she's going to be there. That came out shortly after finding out that she's going to be on Bloodsport 2. So,
oh shit!
Yeah, so
I missed that one.
Yeah,
but NWA is bringing back the Crockett Cup, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, well, that's what she's in.
That Crockett Cup tournament. I was always a huge fan of that.
Yeah, I've been told that it's getting better, and so I might have to dip my toe back into NWA. I stopped when Brodus Clay got the world title. For many other reasons, but the main reason to me is just that he's not a good worker in the ring. It always looks sloppy.
He's not entertaining. I hate to break this to people, but even his Funkasaurus gimmick was stupid.
Yeah, so
it was dumb.
You were Akeem in the 2000s. That's all you were.
The Akeem, the African Dream,
which was the greatest shit ever. It was horrible.
it was
completely
horribly
wrong,
good,
but it was so good.
Horribly fantastic.
Absolutely. Yes. All right. Well, that ends our news. That brings us over to the 3 count. Tori, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? How do you want to do it this week?
Whatever.
I think we'll start with you because mine ends with the big thing. So we'll go from there. Jazz, basically for 3 count, we just do. Oh, I heard the ding somewhere, so it worked.
Yeah. Sorry, it was my phone.
No, that's cool.
Melissa was letting me know she landed.
So what we do, basically, we just picked 3 things out of the week of wrestling. All of your guys' shows are wonderful, and you guys go into in depth about the shows. We felt like it's not entertaining to do that for another show. So we just kind of pick out some good things that happen. Sometimes it's on the shows of wrestling. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just something that's happened in wrestling. So we each
Like
get 3.
last week, it was the really bad AEW camera angles.
Yeah, something we wanted to talk about. Good Lord. So, Tori, your first one, you want to talk about the U.S. title qualifier triple threat match. Do you want to explain the thing with why Jacob was in there before you get started?
So what they did was they had 3 individual matches, and the winners were in a triple threat, and the winner of that got a shot at Nakamura.
Mhm.
Okay. It was supposed to be solo, but he stepped out of the way and let Jacob take it.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, well, if that doesn't tell us how they see Solo and Jacob,
Right.
so it ended up being Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, and Jacob. Fantastic match. Start to finish. Great match.
Yeah. Very
Mello
good
and LA Knight have worked really well together. Jacob is, as we've said, he's Jacob. So, but the finish was the part that I went, that was really well done. So Jacob basically had Carmelo beat. LA Knight pulls the jump in the ring, throw him out, get the pin. And I'm like, okay, so he loses without taking that L. Because to me, that's not, I hate to say this, but he's already past LA Knight and Carmelo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So him taking that L, it personally hurts him.
Mhm.
Carmelo taking that L doesn't hurt him at all.
No.
So
He's
LA
taking
Knight
plenty.
wins. Huh?
He's taken plenty.
Yes. And no one's surprised about it. Like we've talked about it. I was going to bring that up. You'd said something about him and Trick getting back together when they bring Trick up.
Mm-hmm.
If they're heel turning Trick, it's going to work perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So LA Knight gets another shot at Nakamura. The match was just start to finish a great match for all 3 of them.
Mhm.
Mello looked great. He looked great in that match. Knight looked like he belonged, which has been a minute since any of his matches has made him look like he belonged.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Jacob was Jacob. So I just thought the booking on it was really well done with that finish. And it's kind of a shitty heel move, which you see them do a lot. And then LA Knight pulled it, and I'm like, okay, it makes sense with what they're doing with Jacob.
Mhm.
It actually doesn't hurt LA Knight's character because he still kind of plays that tweener role.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a really well done, well booked match. And now we get LA Knight Nakamura. I don't know when we're getting that. I don't know if it's before Mania, at Mania.
I would assume we do it
I know
before Mania. We're still like 7 weeks away from that thing, so
yeah, which is crazy.
Really, we're not going to tease that for 7 weeks.
My only beef with that match is the fact that before they went into this tournament, LA Knight was already the number 1 contender. He was supposed to go up against Nakamura on SmackDown, but Nakamura's brother passed away. So they had to cancel the match.
Oh.
Because Nakamura's brother passed away and they were giving him time to mourn his brother.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which
in place of that match, absolutely. In place of that match, they decided to do this tournament that just ended up with LA Knight, who was already the number 1 contender, being the number 1 contender to begin with. So that's my only beef with the match. Is
but
that
if you have to call an audible
tournament,
right.
why not switch it up?
Right, I agree. But I mean, if you have to call an audible on the fly, because I'm betting this happened on short notice.
Yeah,
like
it did.
So if they found out Friday morning, yeah, he was supposed to have that match, but let's make him earn it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with it. I understand what you're saying. You're not wrong. If you're doing this on the fly because you have to, it absolutely makes sense. That's why he won it. The way they did it was great. I didn't know that about Nakamura. Obviously our best in his family. But that makes okay. I see why you don't like it, but I also understand why they did what they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I see it both ways, but that's just why I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
To me, it could make sense, and whether they do it or not is if he brings that up. Add that to his character of like, look, you guys keep like I keep earning my spot, and then you keep pushing me back, and then I got to earn it back again because that's the second time they've done that with him, haven't they? Where he was like a number one contender or in the running for something.
Oh, he hadn't gotten his rematch, and they made him win the number one contender.
Yeah, so like him bringing that up as a hey, there's a pattern here, might be good for him if they can loop that into it.
Yeah. But that, other than that, it was a great match. It was a really
it
good
was. Yeah. It's really well done.
Your number 2, Women's Elimination Chamber Chaos. Just the whole thing in general.
Have you caught up? Are you caught up? I know you were busy Saturday, so.
Oh yeah, she didn't come in until after Chamber was over. So
okay,
I actually got to watch all of Chamber, and then as soon as Chamber was over, I left to go pick her up from the airport. So yeah, I saw everything.
So I didn't get to watch the whole show. I got to watch the first little bit, but by the time we got done with us having people over, I wasn't 100% sober enough to watch it all. But I watched what I could. But that women's match, first of all, the way they opened, Jade beat the brakes off of her.
Oh my goodness.
Look, that's the kind of beating I want to see the women's division get to give each other.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You would expect that from the men's division, but you don't normally get it from the women's. So I was so excited about that. Bianca was amazing. Her reaction in the pod behind Naomi.
Oh, that was awesome.
So good. So good.
So good.
And the subtle look over your shoulder of Jade's coming down, she just kind of like, oh shit. And so whether that means she did it, whether they did it together, whether she knows nothing about it, it can mean so many things just by her looking at her friend going, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, and my thing is, I know she threw Naomi into a pod. I would have had her do it into Bianca's pod. And I think she did it into Alexa's.
Yeah. She kicked her head off right into Alexa's.
Which, speaking of reactions too, her reaction was awesome too. Because she just was like kind of deadpan shocked. And that was a good reaction for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I would have absolutely had her do that into the pod that Bianca was in. Because
to make a point.
That camera angle, either over Bianca's shoulder or facing Bianca, would have been so perfect.
Yep. I don't have the fancy thing to put things on the screen now. Chris McCarty over in chat said WWE could do a Lay Cool thing with Naomi and Bianca with the women's title. What do y'all think about that?
I don't want to see anybody do it again. I mean, if we're just, freebird ruling that shit, whatever. But no, I'm not a fan of it.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of it. Just personally, not a fan of it. I loved Lay Cool. What they did was its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to run that back.
I'm good with it.
Some things are better the first time, and they don't need a repeat.
Yep. So obviously Bianca won that match.
No big surprise. We had talked about it. We felt like she was the one that made the most sense.
See, and I thought Alexa was going to win.
She's had like has she even had 2 matches?
Well, the only reason that I thought she was going to win was because of there had to have been something in that last minute contract signing the day of the Rumble to get her to sign. And that's the only reason that I thought that she could have potentially ended up winning Chamber, was because of that, something like that in her contract.
And that makes 100% makes sense. 100%
I
makes sense.
hated that Liv pinned her, though. I hated that it was Liv.
I don't, because I won't be surprised if we put Alexa with somebody for her, basically her road back, because she's had 3 matches now, right? 2, 3?
She's just going to be with the Wyatt 6.
Yeah,
right.
Put her
so
with
you
Nikki.
put her and Nikki in there with Liv and Raquel. that match is going to be fucking great because Nikki's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And they've done the Alexa Nikki thing before.
Yeah. And now it's a whole different dichotomy because of
yes,
who they are and what they are.
But they're definitely heading in that direction with Alexa because of all the vignettes. They keep popping up every time she's on TV. And I think Bo Dallas just got cleared to come back.
Yes.
And if he did, that's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah. That just got reported, I think, yesterday.
Yes.
But if
I saw it.
If her, so to me, if you put her and Nikki together and send them after the tag titles, her thing may have been, I win the tag titles at Mania.
Could be. Some sort of
and Raquel and Liv holding the titles for 8 weeks. Okay, cool. Not going to hurt them any.
I'm not a fan of Liv Morgan. I can't fucking stand her.
I'm a huge Liv Morgan fan.
Oh, God. I am just not anymore. I used to be, but I can't stand her anymore.
I think once they peel her away from Judgment Day, which needs to happen way sooner than later, then she'll be tolerable again. I'm kind of with you. I'm not a fan of what they're doing with her. Like I have her logo on my shoulder. Like that's one of my tattoos. But I'm not a huge fan of what they're doing with her.
Yeah.
I can live with it. But I'm a big overall Liv Morgan fan.
I used to be. I did. I used to be. I used to be a big fan of her. I just don't like what they're doing with her right now. It's
I'm
run
with
its
you
course.
on that.
It's run its course 6 months ago.
Yeah. That I could definitely say. I can see it is getting tired now.
Judgment Day ran its course 6 months ago though.
Yeah.
When Damian and Rhea left, Judgment Day was done.
Yeah.
Question in chat: how do you make it work with Alexa and Nikki after Alexa left Nikki for Bray, and now Nikki's tied to Bo?
I'm sure there's a way you could do it. There's a lot of intricate pieces with this because of the connection. Whether it's a backstage conversation, hey, you left me, I know, and I left you for him, but now we're together because of him type thing. You can do it. It's just they're gonna have to be real creative with it, but I think it could easily be done.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, the whole idea was that Alexa at first was compelled by the darkness. Then she overtook the darkness. And so I think Nikki is kind of in that same realm. So I think they can make a good story to throw them back together.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the way Bianca acted after the match, though? Because a lot of people are saying, like, in her interview on the panel, she was kind of dismissive, didn't really want to talk about the Naomi stuff.
I will not be shocked if the women's title match ends up being a fatal 4-way. Even if they keep it on EO, which I'm fine with. Because obviously nobody saw that coming last night. No. But Bianca, Jade, EO, and Rhea, that match is going to be fucking incredible.
Yeah,
and I know people would say people will say EO doesn't fit. I'm sorry. Have you watched any of EO's career? She's almost, unless Kyrie is out there, she is the smallest person in the ring 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And she can hold her own with.
Reason she doesn't fit is because she doesn't have the same body type.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that bodybuilder, big girl, muscular, fit, she's not like the other three.
To me, works in her favor. She does something different. Them throwing EO around makes that more entertaining to me, or her finding a way to chop them down. It's the Rey Mysterio story. Little man, big monsters. How do you deal with that?
Yeah.
So I mean, her not fitting, to me, that's why it works, because she doesn't fit in that equation.
I won't be surprised if that's where we end up, unless we do a Rhea challenged Bianca for her shot and beats her because of Jade, and then we get Jade Bianca. I don't think we should get Jade Bianca this Mania. This is a main event match. This should not be this Mania.
Yeah, when we were talking,
There's not enough time to build it.
yeah, when we were talking
Right.
about it yesterday, her coming out like maybe the night after Mania to finally deal with all this stuff, then
Yeah.
build it to whatever the next big pay-per-view is, kind of makes more sense than trying to shove it in the next
Right.
7 weeks.
Right.
Your third thing is, ironically enough, Io Sky dethroning Rhea Ripley. Who the hell saw that coming?
Do what?
My jaw was on the floor.
I was too. I sent him a message. I said, "What the actual fuck?"
I
Because
went, holy shit.
same.
Yep.
So I was
Like,
sitting here and I was kind of messaging.
Said, holy shit.
I was kind of dozing off. I was like, whatever. Rhea's winning this. They're gonna get some her and Bianca interaction to start setting up the Mania. Cool. And then that happened, and I sat there stunned. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, it brought the first question of, is Rhea hurt? Did they do this on the fly? That was my first thought. Because I know they had teased her hand a little bit, and Io had done some other things. But I didn't see this coming at all. I thought we were getting Rhea Bianca.
That's what I thought too.
Yep.
I was so shocked when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been a long time since I've had a full-on surprise during Raw. This was it.
Yep.
I was floored.
So my question to you both is, was this the plan, or is this Triple H listening to the Pulse? Because the Pulse over the last few weeks before Elimination Chamber, because we already had those massive surprises, the road to WrestleMania was dull. We knew where we were going. We knew who was going to win.
Yeah.
We knew what's going to happen. It was dull.
Mhm.
And within two shows, between a Saturday pay-per-view and a Monday show, we have turned WrestleMania on its ear.
Mm-hmm.
So was this the plan, or is this him listening to the Pulse going, you think it's dull? All right.
I think, to me, Cena was a plan. You don't do that without really planning that.
Yeah.
That's not how they decided Saturday morning to do this. Io Rhea, possibly him going, you know what? This is way too fucking predictable. Let's change
switch
this
it up.
up, and we can still get Rhea Bianca as part of this. But if we don't, and you put the title on Bianca, which I don't have a problem with, I don't think we will, no matter who has it.
Mm-hmm.
But you give me Rhea Bianca, main event that at SummerSlam. Isn't it the 2-night in Cleveland?
No, it's in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's in New York. It's in New York.
It's in New York. That's right.
SummerSlam's in New York. John's
That's
going
right.
tonight too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice. So either way, give me that one later. I'm fine with it. You can give me Rhea Bianca on any show, and I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
But was I shocked by this? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, this is right up there with Logan Paul actually beating Rey Mysterio. I didn't call that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there's no fucking way this kid is winning that.
Alas.
I fucking hate that kid.
It was
he's
hard.
so
It was
easy
hard
to
for you
hate,
because you
too.
hate both.
I do. I do. But I at least respect Rey Mysterio.
Valid.
Mm-hmm.
I would unplug Logan Paul's life support
To plug
just
myself in.
because. Oh, I'm not even doing that. I'm just unplugging and walking away. I don't care.
Do you need a charger? No, it's full. We're good.
No, I'm good. So why did you unplug that? Have you looked who's on the table? I love a good surprise. I loved it because I wasn't expecting that at all.
It's nice
Love
to be
that they did
surprised
it.
in wrestling.
Yes, absolutely. We just talked about
It's-
that last night of, those little surprises that make us get to still be fans.
Yeah.
Because at some point we are just kind of watching the same thing we always watch, and we start to pick up on those cues. So when they get to do something that completely takes us off our game, that's what makes us excited to come back.
Like, who would have predicted that last night?
No. Who
would have
I'm
predicted that
sure-
Rhea would have lost on Raw?
Yeah.
Not on a pay-per-view.
Jess got
Or,
to
I'm
hear
sorry,
the story.
PLE.
So to get ready for us to do the thing last night, I turned off the TV and put it on my phone. Well, Netflix was being dumb and was saying, "Hey, you're still streaming on the TV," and so it wouldn't pick it up. Finally got it about, like, I don't know, 2 minutes before the stream was going to start, and all I see is Io raising the belt. And I'm like, what the shit just happened? So I'm like frantically rewinding, trying to figure, like, what the hell just happened? Thinking that's got to be a mistake, something happened. No, that was what happened. Holy shit.
I was getting ready to get up to come turn my computer on and get everything ready and get set up for the show last night. And I get ready to stand up, and all of a sudden she pins Rhea, and I just sat back down and I was like, holy fuck.
Lost all UCLA.
I was like, did that really just happen?
I'm kind of like reclining on the couch. I had put the leg of the couch down because I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'm fucking tired. And that happened, and I just sat there. I was like, and that's when I messaged him. I was,
yeah. What the actual hell just happened? Great end to the show, though, and obviously
absolutely.
We're gonna get
Have
something
you seen
out of this.
Have you seen the Rhea interview with? I don't remember what that girl's name is. Oh my god, it's not Kathy either. Which,
No.
honestly, I think it should have been Kathy, and like Kathy get
Jackie.
emotional. Jackie, that's her name. That little thing. If you're like putting Rhea on an island type thing, this was an amazing promo for her. This may be the best promo she's ever done.
Well, and exactly the way they did it, which is her saying, like, "Look, I've lost my family. I had my stuff with Dom. I had my stuff with Liv. I've lost my title. Like, I thought me and Bianca were friends, and then she screws me like this. Like, friendship is a lie, and so now you've got her with this other, I don't know, personality starting to come out of, like, now she's questioning everything. So that's awesome to see her even grow even more in what her character is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my three. First one is, and it seems to be a running theme with me, is Toni Storm, because it seems like everything she does every week, I'm just in love with.
Oh, good.
We did on Collision. There was a little vignette of her laying in a hospital bed with a neck brace, and she just sits up. Her normal stuff of saying, like, her little phrases and such, but she's talking about the match that we got coming up. And she kind of talks about the stipulations of how it's going to be no DQ, no rope breaks, it's going to be brutal, no holds barred. And then she says, you're going to end up meeting God.
Wow, I missed that. I was up like, because I was watching the PLE, and then I had to go get Missy, so I didn't see Collision, so I totally missed that. I bet that was gold.
It absolutely was.
I still haven't watched Collision. Not gonna lie to you, completely forgot about it.
Yep.
I don't watch it very often.
I did until I saw that on Twitter, and I was like, oh yeah, shit, there's another show that I still haven't watched yet. But yeah, she sits up, she rips off the neck brace. Wonderful, wonderful promo. And we got a little explanation of what this match was going to be, because we didn't know exactly what this Hollywood ending match is going to be. So apparently it's just going to be a no holds barred type of affair. So still, she's doing wonderful work. I love what she does. She's one of the one names that you can say when she left WWE, she became something better. She became something bigger.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So she really settled in herself and found something after dealing with the Page group that she was part of. My second one, which might irk Tori a little bit, is Gunther and Otis. I fucking love Otis. And at any point, I think they can flip a switch and he can be a contender. And to me, it showed it in that match for one scene and one scene only. and that's Gunther chops him, and he Otis up. And he chops him again and chops him again. And then finally, when he rips off the shirt and he goes, son of a bitch, and then starts chopping him back, like, that's what we need to see more of, is him firing up and being this beast that he is. Of course, the rest of the match is not much to talk about. And we're going to end up with a 6-man tag for some reason, because we got to somehow hold off Jay and Gunther until WrestleMania. And A-Town Down Under is for some reason in it. That comes out.
Like, where the fuck did that come from?
I don't know. It's like, we were in NXT. Now we're going to do this. Why not?
I don't know. Gunther's boring.
So I said it last night, and I was saying this, Gunther is great. But the stuff they're giving him to say, or he's choosing, I don't know if he's choosing this dialogue or what, but like, I have seen him eviscerate people on the mic. And he looks at Otis and goes, "You're fat." What? That's all you got? Is that he's fat? I look in the mirror
and
I see
water
me,
is wet.
you look in the
Thanks
mirror.
for letting us know.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
oh shit, I didn't realize he was fat. My bad.
Oh,
I should
really?
be big.
I didn't have eyes.
Yeah. That's why he
It
has
has
the
never
beard,
been
because the
brought up
chin.
before.
When he shaved that shit, it was horrible.
Yeah.
I can't say
That
much.
was
If I shave this, ugh.
Beards just make everything better.
It does. I feel like there's an innuendo in there. Blue Chew. No, I don't know. Oh, that was last night.
Oh, that was last night. Oh, last night was off the rails.
It was. My last thing is the Elimination Chamber mayhem for the men. Good Lord, that was a great match. All the twists and turns that we thoroughly expected, the people going after each other that we expected, but we did not expect is how the ending happened. You end up in a situation where Seth is finally out of the match, but he screws over Punk. So Punk ends up in the STF, passing out.
Can we talk about the fact that Damian beat Drew with a crucifix roll up? Are you kidding me?
Right.
I think it's great
I'm
for the
just
character,
like,
though.
Oh no, 100%. I'm just like, that was the one that I went, what?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I got to do it once for Chris, because Chris said in chat, it's not Otis. He will always be Otis with Becky. Sorry, go ahead.
Lord.
He does stuff like this just to get me to laugh. That's all it is.
Yep.
He was doing that last night.
Yep. I just like to pop people. It's fun. But so then we end up with Cena being the winner of this, which I think 100% minus John called that.
I did.
Yeah.
Who did John have?
I think
Priest.
he said Priest was going to win, which is the least likely out of that
I
group of
love
people, I think.
Priest. But that the only person I had made less sense is Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm. I said Cena.
Yeah, we had talked about it Thursday. I'm like, it's going to be Cena.
Yeah.
It's gonna
I
be
held
Cena.
off as long as I could. I didn't want to believe they would have him do it this early, because he's got the entire year to get the 17th. But I guess we got to get to him somehow, and they want to just get out of the way, I guess. I don't know. But the big thing happened is that, all right, so that happens. Cody comes down. He gets his little face-to-face with John. John's excited. Hey, it's going to be you and me at WrestleMania for the title. And then Travis Scott comes down. We'll talk more about him in a minute. But after that, The Rock comes down.
Quick note, Cora Jade has apparently injured her knee. They stopped the match. They don't know. I haven't seen anything yet that says what happened. She just says she fucked up her knee. She told the ref she fucked up her knee. He stopped the match instantly.
Oh shit. Well,
so yeah.
Hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully she's back at it soon. Sorry, I got distracted. I had a text I had to handle. But so Then The Rock comes down. Then we got Rock and Travis Scott, John Cena, and Cody all in the ring. Rock is asking him one more time, I'm here for your soul, doing his best Shane Sun gimmick, trying to somehow get his soul. He says he's not going to do it. We get the F-bomb dropped on Peacock, which is always awesome. I did see some people that were a little upset with the IWC because Christian had said the same thing in AEW and everybody shit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Cody says it here and nobody shit on it. I think it's two different ways of it being done, though.
To me, that's two different things.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
But
I was fine with them doing it in AEW too.
Right, because then Edge turned around and did to Christian, so
yeah, so it worked. I think it was fun. But so he says, "Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself,"
which was so good.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he just said that on Peacock.
Cena is doing his best to jump up and down, be excited about the whole thing. Travis Scott is waving himself with the incense. That's not incense, but we're going to keep calling it, sage or whatever. Cena goes in for a hug. I do agree. I think the camera cut on this could have just waited just a little bit. And actually, no, I think I flipped it now because I've seen a different camera angle now. And he was smiling when they first hugged. And so I think actually the camera should have cut sooner to his face to see that he was smiling on the hug and then looked at Rock and then dropped the face. So he drops the face. Rock does a weird 2-finger scissor movement to cut his throat. I don't know what that was.
And like half of his face, like what the fuck are you trying to wear it as a mask?
Yeah, it was weird. And then he did a thing after, which I assume was like, I think he like kissed his fingers and
I don't know.
They cut away from him when he did that, but the different other angles showed that.
It was just really awkward.
Yeah. But so then Cena drops his face, starts to look less like Ernest P. Whirl, and then backs up, nut shot to Cody.
Why did you just call him Ernest?
Because he looks like Ernest.
Because that's what he's looking like in his old age.
I need him.
I'm not going to be able to unsee that now. I hate you both.
I need a new movie. Ernest
I'm
goes
not
to the
going to be able to unsee this.
I was in love with this man, and now all I can see is Ernest. Which makes me want to watch Ernest Scared Stupid, because that's the best Ernest movie ever.
I think Goes to Jail is a good like.
That one's good too, but Ernest
above.
Scared Stupid is so good.
They shouldn't have done the basketball one. That one was horrible. But anyway. So yeah, we officially get a turn of John Cena. John Cena proceeds to beat the living shit out of Cody, but not as much as Travis Scott did, because Travis Scott decided he was going to cold cock Cody while he was laying down.
Busted his eardrum and gave him a black eye.
Yep. I will say, so the black eye we saw, the busted eardrum, I only saw Uncle Dave say that one, and I'm always a little leery of Dave's reporting. So
yeah.
I don't know. However, like the side of his face was fucked up. So like obviously he got hit hard.
I'm not a fan of them putting completely untrained people in the ring that don't understand what they're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
Because he almost fucked this up.
Yeah.
Twice.
Not just the smack, but just, yeah. But stop doing this. I understand the crossover appeal. I get that. If you want crossover appeal, go back and get Bad Bunny to come back. Because this is not it.
So I will counter that with this, and I told you the same thing, is
right.
If it was Bad Bunny, I don't think it would have happened the same way, but my daughter at the dinner table turns and looks at the TV and goes, why are they playing Fiend? Because she listens to Travis Scott and she knows the song. And so they're appealing to bring in that younger crowd. So I get that. I do think like there should have been some better explanation of like, look, like if you're going to hit him, like
don't hit him for real.
If they didn't say hit him, don't hit him. Like that's kind of my main thing. But if you did, then obviously they would have shown him something of how to do it, and he just fucked it up.
I told Michael this earlier too. Had that been other people, kayfabe and Angle be damned, they'd have gotten up and thrown hands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or when he got through that curtain, he would have caught a hell of a beating.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All I think is like if you did that to Taker or JBL or like you would have been
That
fucked up when you
receipt
got
would have
back.
been a bitch.
Yeah. He would have been
but-
seeing the floor and stars.
Think about if he'd have done that to Randy or Kevin
Oh, Randy Orton would have
or Drew.
lost
Can you
it.
imagine what he would have done if he'd have done it? What would have happened if he'd have done it to Drew?
Mm-hmm.
If he did it to Randy, we would have saw like 2000s Randy come out at that moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
We would've
wouldn't,
seen his
we wouldn't see
body.
Daddy Randy that we see now.
No, he would have fucked him up.
But the one thing I will say about it, though, I did see a backstage video of him coming back into Gorilla, and his excitement of what just happened. He was like, "That's better than performing. Like that's better than getting on stage and singing." And so he's talking about like he's already started kind of doing some preliminary training, but he's like, "I want to train now. I want to do this." And so,
well, then learn what you're doing so you don't fucking hurt people.
for sure. But if it's something that has brought this passion to somebody else, I'm okay. I just hope Cody's okay because Jesus Christ. Or you got something on your brain there.
No, I'm gonna let it go.
So, I mean, we kind of talked about it last night, Tori. You and I have not talked about it though, and so I want to get your thing on the. What do you think about him turning?
I'm so fucking excited about this.
Oh, I love it. If he comes out as the doctor of thugonomics, do you know how fucking excited I would be?
I hope he walks out to no music at all.
Oh, I would die if he walked out to the thugonomics music.
The problem is, I don't think he can pull that off again.
Yeah.
The man is like 50.
Yeah.
It's not going to be believable. And honestly, yes, it'll be mildly funny, but it won't be entertaining.
Yeah.
I either want, because you said he had talked about it. He had music already ready to go.
Yeah, when they talked about it, like I think in the first Rock in him around in there.
Here's what I need from this. When he walks out, new music, he walks up to the camera and says, "Get it out of my face," to Stu. Like, if you're going to destroy the character, destroy the whole thing.
Yep.
Just tear it all down.
Well, see, and that's kind of what I was saying, because like to me, this looks a lot like when Jericho kind of went that corporate route and started talking slower, started wearing the suits. Like, I do like the idea of coming out with no music, because that's a lot of his shtick is the music. So no music, suits, which he has plenty of. We've seen it on Total Divas. Like he has some immaculate suits, and be that corporate guy.
I have wanted a John Cena heel turn for I don't know how long, and I'm so excited about this.
Oh, it's been so needed.
Chris said in chat here, I haven't seen this, but if so, then I think Rock needs a little talking to. According to reports, Travis was told by The Rock to get blood on his hands.
I didn't think it was intentional. Like, he wasn't trying to hurt him. I understand that.
No.
But if you really wanted to get the thing over, have him reach down and literally run his hand through that blood and then wipe it on his shirt or something. Wipe it on that hardcore title.
Oh, that would have been good.
The swing is what I have the problem with.
Yeah.
Because he didn't pull that
swung
shit
for
at all.
the fences.
Yeah. He swapped him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this is back to the keep people out of the ring that have no business being in the ring.
Yeah.
You want to have him walk out, that's fine. You want to have him stand by the Rock, whatever. Getting him involved was the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, what?
He just didn't make any sense in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. I mean,
they keep inviting him to shit, but I'm just like, why are you fucking here?
Right.
There are ways that you can put on your tinfoil hat and you can kind of weave in things here, because Travis Scott came out with J.A. And so if we have a thing with Jay during this, have him, join forces with Cody again, and go that route. Like, there's ways you can do it, but right now it makes no damn sense why he was out there. At least in the ring. I understand going out and doing the little, like, I'm leading The Rock out to the ring. But, and I said this last night, when I look at Hogan turning in that picture, I see a picture of 3 superstars in that moment. I see a picture of this, and I see 2 superstars and Travis Scott. And that looks weird.
Here's what I would have done. I'd have had him walk The Rock out, and then I'd had him go over and sit on the commentary table.
Yeah.
Hang out there.
And then when Cole starts running his mouth about Cena stopping what he's doing, have Travis Scott just turn around and step up, just turn around and stare Cole down. Then he's not physically involved. He's part of the angle, because McAfee's going to be like, Travis Scott is staring a hole through Michael Cole. Like something, you can change the camera angle, whatever. Then he's involved without making himself look like a dumbass and everybody going, keep this guy away from the champ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris bringing back up Cisco from our conversation last night. WrestleMania brought to you by the Thong Song.
Shannon Sharp said he wants a part of this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
this has broken.
Don't do that.
This is broken out of the zeitgeist of wrestling. Between Shannon Sharp talking about it, it showed up on The Daily Show.
Jon Stewart
brought it up and used it to compare it to the Ukrainian situation.
The Oval Office thing with Zelensky. That was so amazing.
I've seen it on talk shows of them talking about wrestling. I've seen in local radio stations, they talked about it, even though they don't normally talk about wrestling. Sports affiliates on ESPN were talking about it. It's a massive deal.
It's a thing.
We have waited for this for so long for it to happen, and now it's finally happened. Of this guy who has been the #1 babyface forever, #1 guy in Make-A-Wish, has now turned to the dark side. So much so that they even they even did a copyright for Break-A-Wish, which now,
damn.
I mean, they're going to throw that in there somehow, some way, and that's amazing.
Do you realize the money they're going to make off that merchandise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll buy a
It is
Break-A-Wish shirt.
storming like crazy here.
But I mean, it's obviously we'll find out more Friday of what's going on with it. Not much, because from what I understand, Cena's not scheduled to be there for a couple of weeks. But I'm sure we'll get some sort of like Rock video package or something, maybe talking a little bit about it. He's only got 32 appearances left, so I mean, they can't,
something like that.
Yeah, they can't really kind of blow their load for that yet.
I'm going to the bathroom. Keep going.
Okay. So yeah, it also adds a lot of intrigue of what happened in the chamber, because we had Punk and Cena hug. They rejected doing a handshake, and now that's there. And then, of course, the next Raw, we had Punk come out there and get fed the name Cena, and so he got to go off on him a little bit, showing what he's able to do without a script and just a mic in his hand. Yeah, it's been a crazy few days in wrestling. That's for sure.
It definitely has.
Completely changed the trajectory of what we were looking at for the next 7 weeks. What's the thing that's happened that you're most excited for?
Besides the heel turn, Randy Orton coming back.
And I love the way they teased the punt.
Yeah.
The idea that they banned the package pile driver and he used it to take out Randy. And people forget that they banned the punt. That's why he's never done it again. So him saying, I'm going to bring that back and take you out. It's a great deal of storytelling. I'm intrigued to see how long we keep Sammy out, because obviously we have to keep him away from the story to let that play out and have it not having something interfere into it.
Yeah.
So we'll see from that.
And I called that on the prediction show too. I said that I thought Kevin Owens was going to win, and then I thought Randy Orton was going to return.
Yep.
Because they're setting it up for Randy and Kevin at WrestleMania.
Yeah. It was a good call. Obviously, it's something that ran across my mind too. Of like, he should be ready about now because he wasn't actually injured. He was just kind of out to show that he was injured. And since Sammy had came back from the same quote unquote injury to do this unsanctioned match, obviously he's got to be in there at some point. It was good to see that happen that night. It was definitely a good surprise to happen, and I'm glad I was wrong about us doing a no contest to get us those two again at WrestleMania, because now we can pay that off some other time, some other place, maybe in a more violent fashion.
Yeah, the punt was amazing. Like, that whole setup was perfect.
Yeah.
If I'm them, I'm keeping Sammy out till past WrestleMania.
Let this whole thing play out.
Anybody watching NXT later, mild spoiler, Shawn Spears is your new North American champion.
Oh, shit. I'm good with that.
I am too.
That man deserves a title. He's been around
Absolutely.
long enough. I will say, best render in the game currently, as far as the men are concerned. He looks like it looks real. his whole getup. So
who?
Shawn Spears.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic.
Like in the game, it looks like him, flat out. So far, like him and Ivy Nile both, like I had a double take to see if it was the game or if it was like that weird video package thing they do of them bleeding over to it. But yeah, what about you, Tori? What's the thing you've been most excited about? Looking forward to the next 7 weeks leading us to WrestleMania.
I'm real curious what they're gonna do with the women's title, not Tiffany Charlotte, because I hate to say it, I don't care. Like, they've done nothing to make me care about this feud.
I can't stand Charlotte, so I don't care.
I don't have beef with Charlotte. She's hella talented. She's gotten pushed because she's good, but I don't care about this feud.
Well, I mean,
we're still too wrapped up in Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Why are we? What are we doing?
You start their feud, and for some reason, you stick her with Trish and have them do a tag team match, and Charlotte still kind of like she's there. She was there watching it, but like she doesn't do anything. She's just sitting there watching the match. Get in there and do something about it. Cost her the match. We all called Tiffany and Trish winning. Do something to make that not happen. That would have been heat all to hell in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, you knew that Trish and Tiffany were losing. They're in Trish's hometown.
And her kids were there. As soon as they fucking said that her kids were there watching her live, I was like, oh, they're definitely 100% winning this match.
I didn't think there was much chance of them losing it anyway, but that just
solidified
that up.
Yep. We are also a gear loving podcast, so I want to ask you both. Elimination Chamber, what was your favorite gear?
Jade's. Because she had on the blackout contacts.
Oh, I didn't notice the contacts.
Yes. Her eyes were all like it was blackout contacts. Because her eyes are beautiful. Just beautiful eyes. She had in blackout contacts. They were amazing.
All right.
Probably Alexa.
Alexa's always
I
got
love
good
that
gear.
jacket.
Yeah. The jacket's always a nice touch too. Like just anything that pays tribute.
Yeah.
Always a good thing. Me personally, I like the Trish and Tiff matching gear. I think Trish always has on great gear in general, but then for them to take the time to match their gear together for just the one tag team match, that's great.
Yeah.
Big Mike in the chat. What's up, Big Mike? You caught the tail end. We're actually closing out. So, welcome. I know you'll go back and watch the VOD, though. Is there anything else you guys want to bring up as far as like this past week in wrestling? Things that you feel like we should have talked about?
No, like I said, I got to catch up on Collision. Yeah, I think that's all I got to catch up on. And then NXT from tonight, which I'll watch both of those tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just There's so much happening. We're on the road to WrestleMania. It's going to be crazy
It's that
what
time
they
of
do
year.
over the next few weeks.
Yeah. It's always a big time of year. I mean, not even just for the main things, but you also get, all of the local shows. They try to bang out as much as they can during WrestleMania season to get as much eyes as they can. So
there's a ton of shows in Vegas that week.
Mm-hmm. Which makes me sad that I couldn't go because around that time would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I was going to be down there for an event for my job, and it would have wrapped up perfectly to be able to stay for a couple of days. But yeah, is what it is. We'll try again next time.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yep. We are going to try to do All In Dallas, though, right? That's still the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I told Jess, I'm like, I'm going down whether I'm going to the show or not, just so I can go to the Heels event.
That'd be cool.
Oh wait, her and I were talking about when you were on the phone earlier. So yeah.
Okay.
I don't care where I sit. I don't care if it's nosebleed, whatever.
Yeah.
So
fun to be there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a Mania thing, right? Like, whatever seat you get at Mania is going to suck.
But you're there.
But you're at Mania, so that kind of takes some of that away.
Big All In that they've done here in the since I feel like at this point All In is their Mania. Jess? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they used to push Resolution as it, but
Revolution, yeah.
But it seems like All In kind of bookends All Out, and then
yeah,
the restart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I don't care where I'm sitting. I'm just going to be happy to be there. Get to meet a whole bunch of the heels, hang out with, all of that will be fun too. So I'm excited about it. And Jess, if you show up, you can come stay with us.
Absolutely. Well, so before everybody runs off, though, up next, Harvey entrusts Mike with closing a major lawsuit, while Mike is unaware that Trevor approached Jessica. Harvey must make a decision about guarding Mike's secret. Next on Suits.
I hate you.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out it too.
Did you finish this?
My bad.
I broke cut us off like that.
I pulled a John. I hit the exit button too quick.
Okay.
My bad.
Jess, you know how they've always had shows that followed Raw on USA? So this has become a thing. He did it with Silk Stockings, and now he's doing it with Suits. I just watched that episode too. I'm like halfway through, almost through season 2. He does it because of the fact that I crack up every fucking time.
As long as it pops her, I will continue to do that because it's always fun.
And I couldn't sit here with a straight face if I had to.
Oh goodness, that's hilarious.
It's great. I mean, we've known each other for 18 years, 19.
Oh, that's a long
19
time.
years, yeah.
19.
Yep. All because our girlfriends at the time started talking, and we were like, "You like wrestling?"
Oh damn! The cheapest tickets are $31.
Oh shit!
Yeah. I
didn't know they were that cheap.
They're gonna be nosebleed.
Yeah.
But here's the other side of this. If we get there and I see empty seats, I'm fucking moving.
Well, not only that, but like, I ain't gonna say what I'm thinking, but you know what I'm thinking.
One row.
I ain't banking on it, but yes, I thought about that too.
Yeah.
How much?
85.
That's
not bad.
No, that's not.
Where's that at? What section?
222.
Okay.
That's
AEW 5 plus pack. Section 222, row 10. Or actually, they have row 2. 5 tickets, $385.
That's not bad.
No.
On Ticketmaster. That's for 5 tickets.
Okay, so it's $585 on Ticketmaster, so it'll end up being about $1,400.
$385.
Oh, $385. Okay, so it'll end up being about $900 after
5
fees.
tickets. Yeah, $385 for 5 tickets.
Damn, that's like $70 a ticket?
$77.10.
That ain't bad at all.
No, not at all.
That may be worth throwing out there to see if some of the other heels want to throw in on it, because shit.
Maybe. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. Before we do, though, thank you, Jess, for coming on with us today. Where can people find you?
So you can find me on X at Jess Skywalker 10. You can find me on Wednesday nights with my co-host at Chairshot Sports on the Lowdown with Princess Skywalker and John Anthony, immediately following AEW's Dynamite. Or Monday nights, there's the Raw Rundown. There's Friday nights, there's the SmackDown show. You can find me in lots of places.
So to say, we just all over the place, ain't we?
Yeah, she's all
Yeah.
over the YouTubes, and that's
All
cool because
over
we
the
like
place.
seeing her. Well, we appreciate you coming here. You will also see her possibly Tuesday and Thursday nights on here once we steal her away from John. But thanks everybody for joining the
I don't
stream.
know that she's going to want to be here Thursdays because all we're going to do is play that game.
I mean, that's valid.
She's going to be like,
Yeah, I'm
this
not
is
a
stupid.
gamer.
I'm not doing this.
But I will say you are welcome here anytime, especially now that I've got everything set up. So it's just an easy click of
Yes,
the button
thank you
for me.
guys so much for having me and let me crash last minute.
Absolutely. Thanks everybody who's joined the stream today. We've got 72 people watching us right now, so definitely like us, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hit the bells. Hit us up on the socials down below. Our channel's socials there on the line. Our personal socials there below us. Catch us up on both. Come ask questions. Come hang out. We try to have a lot of fun here. But until next time, this has been Kicking Out at 2. I am Mike. This is Tori, and that's Jess. And we will catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2.